So after Donald Trump's really bad Tuesday, he of course went back down to Mar-a-Lago, held his little briefing where he thanked members of his family. In fact, he thanked all members of his family except for one for their continued support and their love and basically everything they had ever done for him throughout their entire lives. He listed each and every one of them by name. Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka, Jared, Tiffany. Hell, Tiffany was even there in person. And by the way, for the record, I didn't see Ivanka there. But Ivanka's absence was not the absence that most people were focused on. Most people were focused on the fact that the one person Trump didn't name as being a supporter also happens to be a person who didn't show up to support him. And that, of course, is his wife, Melania Trump, the former First Lady of the United States, did not stand by her husband as he fought back against these allegations. She did not stand in the crowd to be thanked by her husband. As I said, hell, even Tiffany was there. Matt Gaetz and his wife were there, seated right behind Don Jr. and Eric. But there was no Melania to be seen. And again, no Ivanka to be seen. And everybody's kind of glossing over that. But if you look at all the photos, all the videos, I didn't see Ivanka. Maybe I missed it, but kind of seen a lot of it and never saw her. But that's beside the point. We already know that Ivanka's pretty much done with her dad. She doesn't want any part of this. When she came out after the indictments were announced last Thursday, she just put a post on Instagram like, oh, this kind of sucks, but oh well. But it's Melania. There's trouble in paradise, folks. A report last week said that Melania obviously doesn't share a bed with the dude. You know, she's in a different wing of the residence. She spends her days with her parents and Barron. You know, they're just hanging out doing family stuff that doesn't include Donald Trump. Now, I think it's painfully obvious to everybody. This is, you know, for many, many years, hasn't seemed like a happy marriage. She only smiles when Trump is not around. I mean, you know, not to feel sorry for her because she's a horrible person. We learned that during his administration. She's terrible. But you almost want to feel sorry for her because she's clearly miserable. And that's got to suck. But the problem is, as miserable as she is, she takes it out on the rest of the world by being a horrible human being. And that's not cool. Right? I'm not going to condone that. So I don't actually feel sympathy for her. The question is, Melania, just leave. Why? Like, why are you not leaving? You clearly despise the guy. You have evidence via these indictments of all of these allegations against him. So I'm pretty sure a good divorce lawyer is going to be able to overcome whatever kind of prenuptial agreement he made you sign. You're going to walk away with a hell of a lot. And even though it may not be as much as you have right now, you're still going to be happier though. Like, isn't that a good trade-off? Like, you sacrifice some of the money for a little bit of happiness in your life. Maybe smile every now and then. Maybe not look like you just hate every single second of your existence. Maybe get Barron away from this horrible man so Barron doesn't turn out like Don Jr. and Eric. I don't know. You know, I'm not a marriage counselor, but you look miserable. You look like you hate the guy. I mean, hell, even after Bill Clinton had to go on TV and admit that, yeah, him and, you know, he had the affair in the Oval Office and all that, even Hillary Clinton still stood by his side. You know, just saying, sometimes you either have to put on the brave face or you have to put on your big pants and say, you know what? I'm done. You're a piece of crap. You treat me like crap. Everybody knows he treats you like crap. So maybe it's time to walk away. Again, I can't give you advice. I'm not a counselor, but your absence there was very telling. Everybody noticed that you weren't there. Everybody noticed that he didn't say you supported him. So it's up to you what you want to do. But the entire world sees how miserable that marriage is. And you might just find yourself a bit happier by walking out that door and not looking back. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.